There was no real reason that we sold our house, though.
No.
We saw this video. So I feel like we saw this video when we went on vacation. We saw this family that was full-timing, and then we looked up their YouTube channel, which is something we have to get going.
Yeah.
And they made a video about like
Why
why they did it. Yeah, and it was like, it's not gonna take two. Anyway, so we saw this family that was doing it. We went on the YouTube channel, and they had a video that was like, what people think full-time camping is, wasn't it? And they were like, it's not gonna solve your problems. Remember?
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, what problems would it solve? And then we were like, we could do that. And then we left that trip
I think we were like ready to sell everything.
that day.
Yeah, by that time, we were like an 18-hour trip back.
We like planned our whole rest of our, something we never do is plan. So we planned what we were gonna do.
On
We
our trip
thought a
back
lot
up.
about it.
Yeah, we like added a bunch of stuff up.
We did. We added like all of our bills up
We had a lot of taxes we had to pay
in Blackwood,
in New Jersey. Yeah.
in New Jersey. Yeah, we're from New Jersey originally. That's where we started out, and then we sold our house. We had like last year this time, we never would have. If you told us we were living in our camper this time last year, we probably would have been like, that's a silly thing to say. It wasn't even anything that was on our scope. A lot of people are like, I've been wanting to do that for so long. And I'm like, I never even thought about it. The craziest thing about us living in our camper is Kate's been my best friend for 5 years, and never one time have I been like, you know what?
I want to do that.
I want to do that. I never even thought of it as like a possibility for us. I guess because I was so, like, my mind was so like, you live in a house, you pay your taxes, you get married and have kids and like send your kids to school. That's how my thought process was.
I think this time last year we were getting ready to buy
Our new camper.
our new camper.
Yeah. We have had 3 campers. We started out as weekend campers. So we bought a camper. Why did we buy a camper? One day you just were like, I want to get a camper.
We had too many kids to go to the shore.
That's right. That's right, yeah.
We're like, we should do our own thing.
We used to go to my uncle's house for like weekends, and then
Which is in LBI.
which is in Long Beach Island in New Jersey, which we love it there. But we just had too many kids to keep imposing on our family because we did just make a mess.
Yeah.
So we got a camper, and we loved it.
I think we only had 3 then. 4. No,
We had
2.
No, we had 3 because Remy was little. Because remember we got the bumper
the bed thing, yeah.
so that he didn't fall out of bed. Remy was still in a crib, and we were like, all right, we're gonna put him in this bunk bed here. It made him grow fast because he fell out of that bunk bed a bunch of times. And then that camper had trouble. That camper had
It was super cheap.
super cheap camper. Yeah, we learned a lot. It's like, I swear to God, everything happens in your life for a reason, because I feel like we learned stuff along the way that led us to where we are now. Like, you would never want to live in a 30-foot shit camper for full time.
Yeah. We didn't even think about living in that one.
No, like that camper, we were like, this is definitely a weekend camper. This is fun for the weekends.
Everything broke in that.
Everything broke in that camper. It's so important to like know what brands are better quality. I mean, campers are campers, but there's like better campers, and then there's like worse campers.
Yeah.
And that led us to where we are now.
Well, no, then we got our second one.
Oh, we did get our second one, and I was like, wow, I could definitely live in this, but I never thought it was like a thing.
Yeah.
I never was like, you know what, let's live in this. Until we were like, let's live in this.
Yeah. Then we went to
Florida. That's when we went to
Orlando.
Florida. We planned a vacation to Florida for the new year because we were like, how cool would it be to go to Florida for the new year?
Because it was like super cold in New Jersey.
Yeah, it was snowing.
Mhm.
It was snowing when we left.
We left the day after Christmas.
We left the day after Christmas, yeah. And it was snowing, and we got to Florida, and we were like, wow, this is where it's at. We enjoy this. We got our second camper. That's when we got pregnant. No, we got pregnant with Amelia the week that we started camping for the first time. Because remember, I got super sick that weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Or about to have 4 kids. Because remember, everyone was like, ha ha, good thing you got the camper with the 4 bumps.
Yeah.
We didn't even use that camper for long enough to use all 4 bumps.
We had it for a year.
But we did, because COVID, we didn't use it. And it was winter. We used it for 1 season. Right?
I think so. No, we had it before COVID. We had it the summer before. Then we got our new one. And then COVID happened. And we got our new one.
Oh, did it? I guess that makes sense. Did we have the new camper when Amelia was born?
Yeah.
I have a hard time keeping track of life. So, there was no real reason for us to sell our camper. I mean, to sell our house. Yeah, we didn't have, like, we weren't running away from anything. There was no marital things that we wanted to fix. If anything, I wanted to be closer as a family, like closer to our kids. You got anything to add, Mealy? Daddy's calling.
Thank you.
Oh, so sweet. Thank you. For our camper, April 1st. Officially. We packed up all of our stuff in our house, mostly, by April 1st, and moved our camper to the campground in New Jersey because all campgrounds opened April 1st in New Jersey, which was still chilly. We used our heat.
Yep.
Yeah. And we were down the shore. Have you ever had like a, what are we doing thought? No? I did when we moved from our house to our camper because it was like starting to become spring in New Jersey, like where we lived, and then we drove the camper down the shore and it was like winter still, and I was like, what are we doing? I just had to keep reminding myself that we were leaving for Florida soon.
No, we stayed there for like 2 weeks.
We stayed there for 2 weeks, and that's when we met Home Meets Road.
Yep.
We met Home Meets Road. That was our first full-time family that we met, right?
Once we went full time.
Once we went full-time, yeah. I don't know if we really ever met in person any other full-time families before we went full-time, did we?
We just followed and talked to them on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Then we hung out with Home Beach Road for like a full week.
It was like a few days, yeah. Maybe it was a full week.
Yeah, I think it was a full week.
And then we left before they left.
Yeah.
We left for Florida. And that's when it's not a trip. That's when our journey started. Our trip? Our journey?
It's our travels.
Our travels?
Yeah.
What do you
trips
think?
Have endings.
We don't have an ending. Yeah, no. We don't have like an end destination. That's a question we get a lot, especially from family. My dad told me that he thought I was crazy. But then in the same sentence he said, and I've been telling everybody that I work with that you guys are selling your house to live in your camper, and everyone thinks it's super cool. So like I wasn't sure if he was telling me I was crazy or if I was super cool.
Yeah, my mom thought we were going to buy a house.
Thought, for sure.
Yeah.
She thought we were going to buy a house. I think she knows now that we're not buying a house anytime soon. No one really was like, you shouldn't do that. But we also don't listen to what other people think.
Yeah.
That's a big thing about us. I mean, our next door neighbor probably thought we were crazy.
Yeah.
But they always thought we were crazy. Most people think that we're crazy. We're kind of unconventional about everything that we do, which is what I like about us. It's like our own journey.
So then we left New Jersey, right? We went all the way out of Florida.
All the way to Florida.
Then we settled our house.
We settled our house. When we reached Florida, we settled our house. I
Yeah.
wonder if that's a sign, you know, like hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
Florida's where we're gonna end up.
And then we spent a month.
We spent a month in Florida.
Yeah.
Just living.
Yep. We traveled up to Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. That's where we stayed.
Yeah.
We traveled.
Took us like a month to get up there too.
Yeah, we don't like to go fast.
Yeah.
We don't like to travel far at one time.
Besides the New Jersey to Florida trip.
Yeah, that we did 3 times this year already. 4 times. You did it
I
4
did,
times.
Yeah.
Wow. We cray. That's crazy. You know what's also crazy about us traveling full time? When our neighbors that next door to us in New Jersey would go to Florida every year, I always thought, they're fucking crazy. Like, that's a far drive. Who would want to do that? Here we are.
Yeah. Now we do that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now we do that. So we traveled from Florida to Kentucky, but we stopped in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and then we got to Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
And we were in Kentucky, and then we went from Kentucky to Tennessee.
Yeah, but Kate.
Oh yeah, that's my best part about traveling, is because the whole time that we have traveled so far, we have hung out with people that we would never have hung out with if we didn't travel full time.
Mm-hmm.
I got to meet all of my friends so far, most of them.
Yeah.
I'm real excited about that.
Oh yeah, because when we were on our way to Kentucky, we met your other friends.
We met Brandy.
Brandy.
Yeah. Oh, we went to Tennessee, and then we went to Virginia?
Yeah.
Is that where that was? And that's when we, for some reason, found our new camper.
Yeah.
Well, why were we looking at new campers?
Just wanted to go solar.
That's right. And we didn't want to go solar on a camper that we weren't going to keep.
That we're gonna outgrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wanted to go solar, so we could do like off-grid stuff.
Yeah. We should just go to New Jersey, because we had some stuff that we wanted to get done. And that's when
Because we found this.
we found this. That was stressful.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very stressful time. We found our camper, but we didn't have a truck. We didn't know how we were going to sell our other camper.
Mm-hmm.
We also were living in it full time, so we weren't sure like how you do that. That was stressful. All right, where were we?
Getting out of New Jersey.
We got out of New Jersey to Ohio. We got to go see my brother graduate from firefighter school, and we got to meet Heather and Josh. That was all the same trip.
After Ohio, we went to Michigan.
Oh yeah, we met a bunch of full-time families there.
It's like the campground. The whole row of everyone was like beginning full-time families.
Yeah.
Michigan roads are really bad.
Michigan is just awful.
Yeah.
The whole thing. I liked Lake Michigan. That was really nice. Everything else about it,
The Ford
shit.
plant was cool.
Oh, that was in Michigan, huh?
Yeah. Oh no, Bear Cave was Michigan.
Bear Cave was Michigan. And then we went to that very boring place with all the lakes.
Oh yeah.
Nothing to do there.
Horseshoe Lakes.
Horseshoe Lakes. It was a nice campground though. And then we went to Georgia. Georgia?
No,
Alabama.
Alabama.
We weren't there for long, but we had a lot of fun on that bounce house.
Oh yeah, we met back up with
Toxin free
yeah.
travelers. And we came to Florida. Here we are.
Yep. Now we're back here. Well, we did go to the Keys.
We went to the Keys. We loved the Keys. Did you love them? So that catches you up, and now we'll just do day-to-day things.